Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Let's have some fighting words. But before we go any further, you know what time it is. I need you to like, share, and also please subscribe to my channel. So I want to talk about the recap with Liam Williams and Chris Eubank Jr. Overall, I was pleased with this fight up until like round maybe 5, 6. Then I just feel like after that, it just started getting weird. So let me just start off with Chris Eubank Jr. I've always thought this. I've always thought he has a tremendous talent and gift just for combat and just natural instincts. What annoyed me in this fight, because there are a few things that annoyed me in this fight, is you know you can hurt the guy and you don't do it. How do I even say this? So first of all, we get the ball rolling. He gets a few knockdowns early. And I mean, I already said it in my fight prediction, Liam Williams' chin is going to be a problem. It's questionable. And sure enough, he got put down early, like once or twice. No, 2 or 3 times. I can't really remember. And it was a problem. And I knew it was going to be a problem. So the next thing with Williams, I said he overextends. And guess what? He overextended. Too many times to count, and he paid for it. Too many times to count. Chris Eubank, like I said, was a lot faster, and he took advantage of being faster. He took advantage of the fact that he could counter Liam Williams. Now, Chris was an enigma to me because he was frustrating me. Because it's just like, okay, now it's common knowledge. We know you hit harder than Liam Williams. We know you're faster than Liam Williams. We know that you could either be first, or you could be second. You could be first or second. So you could be first, or you could counter, and you can still hit him. And when you fully commit to it, you can knock him down. We've seen that. Okay. Then he just takes his foot off the gas. And I don't know, like I said, from round 5, 6 on, it just gets weird. Liam Williams, once again, his emotions get the better of him, like I said. And he starts roughhousing. And, I mean, like, his elbow and, rabbit punching behind the head. Referee, now, granted, Liam Williams was at home. So, I guess, there wasn't going to be any help, any support for Chris Eubank Jr. And he even said it after the fight. Chris Eubank was like, yeah, he's like, nothing happened. So, I bit him when he had me in a headlock. And, it's just like, I don't know, it's just a weird thing. And, the referee did break them up a lot of times. And the funny thing is, he was yelling at Chris Eubank a few times. I'm like, dude, his elbow is literally in his neck. What are you talking about? Or he's giving him a headlock. And, I get it. He's home. He's not. He's trying to invade and he's holding court for the town. I get it. But come on, let's be fair. I mean, at least 1 point should have been taken from Liam Williams. So the referee was an active referee. I like the fact that he was an active referee and he was breaking them up. But don't just talk about warnings. Give a warning. If you give a warning, it's like, all right, maybe I should chill out, because he's not having it tonight. But when you don't give a warning and you just keep giving me the same speech, like stop, stop, stop. Okay, fine. No, I won't stop. Not until you do anything about it or you say, this is my final warning. When I hear a final warning, maybe I'll pay more attention. I don't know. But nothing happened to Liam Williams for his roughhousing, and he was roughhousing a lot. I mean, dude looked like Madonna in there. Like, he was just, and he got away with all of it. But again, his emotions, and I said his emotions were going to be a problem in this fight. All throughout the week in the press conference, Liam Williams is doing a whole lot of this, getting in Eubank's face. Eubank didn't say anything. He knew he could hurt Liam Williams more by keeping his mouth shut outside the ring. Once they begin fighting, that's when Chris Eubank starts to talk. Chris Eubank was talking from round 1 to round 12. I mean, literally talking the entire time. Not mad at that. I know this is a war, And some wars have to be fought psychologically. So I'm not mad at that. What I am mad at is the fact that Chris Eubank is doing all this talking and he's dancing around. And it's just like, dude, we've already established you're stronger. We've already established you're faster. We've already established you're the more skilled fighter in here. Why are you dancing around? Get on with it. Finish this. This does not have to go any longer than what it's been going. You could have finished this in round 4, dude. Like, what are we doing? And, you know, they're taking like glimpses of like Chris Eubank's father, senior, and his brother, and some dude who kind of looks like Derek Zoolander. I don't know who that guy was. But they're kind of looking like, you know, like, this could be over with. And I think that's the overall consensus. This could be over with. What are you doing? And so then it hit me. I'm like, now Chris Eubank always looks like he's in fight shape. Like, I've never seen him without like a 6-pack or anything like that. He's always in fight shape. So I'm like, he can't be tired. Can he be tired? Like, maybe he's tired. You know, and then his arms, like by round 6, 7, Chris Eubank is fighting with his arms completely down. Liam Williams is like shell-shocked, and, you know, he's throwing these lazy jabs and still overextending with the 2. I said in my fight prediction, he's going to overextend with the 2. At one point, he overextends with the 2 and circles around, like completely misses Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank doesn't do anything. He could have countered it like he did all the other ones, previous rounds, and he doesn't do that. What does he do? He starts talking some more, and he starts dancing. Then he does like the Eubank shuffle. I'm like, what are we watching? What are we doing? You know, like, maybe you just feel like you can't put the guy away. One thing I will definitely give Liam Williams, that dude has got heart. You know, he was still in the fight in the latter rounds, you know, 7, 8, 9, still trying to win. Still trying to win. Throwing bombs. I mean, he's missing, but throwing bombs. Chris Eubank is floating around, like, and he would pop them just enough. And it's just like, dude, you can finish this. This does not have to continue. You could hurt him more by putting him out in front of his crowd, his hometown, his family, his friends, his neighbors. All these guys who came here to see you lose and kiss canvas. You could hurt all of them at once if you finish this right now. Nope, he wants to do the Eubank shuffle. A little bit more. And I'm just like, dude, you flat out said you wanted the big fights after this. You flat out said you came here to make a statement. What was the statement? That you can dance? What, like, if any statement there was, it's just like, yeah, I got so much talent, I can win this fight and literally not doing anything. Like, that, if that's your statement, which seemed to be, you know, it was a statement. I have that much talent. Then he starts fighting like Roy Jones. And I mean like prime Roy Jones with his hand all low and, you know, shaking his leg. And I'm like, listen, but Roy did throw the punches. You're not even throwing the punches. And he's faking Liam. And Liam is, you know, doing all this. And it's just like, dude, you could hit him at will. Why must this continue? You know, like, why am I watching this? I should not be watching this fight in around 10. And I'm still watching it. You know, and it was just very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. And it's just like, and then he's, you know, in the post-press conference, he's like, well, the referee. I'm like, dude, you didn't need the referee to stop this fight. You didn't need the referee to take a point. Why do you care about points? You could have just laid this dude flat. You didn't need points. You didn't have to worry about points. You definitely didn't have to worry about that referee. You know, so it's just like, I don't know. Rounds 1 through 5 were fun. The rest were just a weird little dance. You know, a frustrated man who just didn't have what it took to bring it to the next level in that fight. And you had another guy who was so sure in himself that he didn't even feel the need to go to the next level in the fight. So, I don't know. I mean, was it impressive? The first 4 rounds were impressive. You know, but if I'm Triple G, which, you know, Chris Eubank has been calling out Triple G for like, I don't know, like 3-4 years. And he was calling him out, you know, saying what he wanted after this fight, which was Triple G. I don't know if I'm Triple G and I'm like, oh, I'm going to fight Chris Eubank Jr. Why? So you could dance all over the place? Like, it's not Dancing with the Stars, dude. Like, I don't know. I definitely don't think that compels a Triple G. Oh, I got to make that fight happen. Or when he was saying that he wanted Jamal Charlo. Charlo's sitting at home like, oh, I got to make this fight happen. Why? So you could bore everybody to death with your Eubank shuffle? No. And I'm frustrated because I know how good this guy is. He's so good. He's so talented as a fighter. And he showed so many glimpses of it here and there. His speed, his power, his explosiveness, the combinations he was putting together. Just how slick he was, just dodging things. But he didn't do anything with it. And sometimes it takes our opponent to make us rise to the occasion. So it just could be, maybe he wasn't feeling the threat of Liam Williams and he didn't feel he needed to rise. But you're coming back to the ring. There are eyes on you. So you always need to rise to the occasion because you can't scream, I want Triple G, and you're fighting like this or lack thereof, not fighting. You're dancing like this. Triple G does not want to fight somebody who's going to dance around. Jarrell doesn't want to fight somebody who's going to dance around. And you're in that division, or you're close to him, depending on where he'll be in the future. You think Canelo will want to fight you and that's what you're doing? I can tell you, he's not going to fight you if you're going to do the Eubank shuffle. He's not going to want to fight you. That's not going to happen. So overall, I was just really frustrated with this fight because I knew the potential that it had. And it didn't take me there. It didn't take me there because I knew what the skill set of Chris Eubank Jr. and it should have been better than what it was. It should have been a knockout. It should have been a statement fight, but it was none of the above. And it's going to be interesting to see who he fights next. It's going to have to be somebody who's big enough and strong enough and imposing enough to really bring the best out of him. I'll tell you who I wouldn't be mad if they were to fight. I wouldn't be mad if he were to go up against Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. That would be a fun fight. That would be interesting because I know Demetrius could play those games back with him. Liam Williams can't control his temper and his emotions enough to deal with something like that. At one point, Liam Williams just steps back and he's just like... And I'm like, dude, go chase him. Like, what do you want the referee to do? Go chase him. You have to sit still. No, he doesn't. Technically, he doesn't have to sit still. But, if he wants to entertain us, which is the reason why he's here, he needs to stop doing that. So that's a discretion thing at that point, for Chris Eubank Jr. But you're his challenger. You go chase him down, run him down. What the heck are you staring at the referee for? He puts his hands on his hip and he's just like pouting like a baby. I'm like, dude, go get him. You don't want him to do that. You corner him. Learn how to cut the ring off. And you corner him. And then you get to work. I don't know. Overall, I do not know. I hope to see Chris Eubank soon in the future. But I do not hope to see what I saw last night in the future. Those are my thoughts. You know the rest right now. Drop your comments down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe.